JBN will keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, woman allegedly stabs her mother to death in Clarendon. A 25-year-old woman who reportedly suffers from a mental illness is suspected to have stabbed her 61-year-old mother to death in Brian Spies, Clarendon, on Sunday. The deceased woman has been identified as Mary Abbott of Brian Spies. The Frankfield police say about 2:30 p.m. both women were at home when a dispute developed. It is alleged that during the dispute, the suspect used a knife to inflict several stab wounds to her mother's body. The suspect later turned herself in at the Frankfield police station and made a report. When the police arrived at the home, Abbott's body was seen on his back with several stab wounds to the upper body. Up to August 28, the parish of Clarendon had seen an 18% increase in murders, having recorded 72 homicides compared with 61 over the 2022 corresponding period. Teenager arrested for allegedly fatally stabbing construction worker. A 15-year-old student is in police custody in relation to the stabbing death of a construction worker during a dispute on Saturday in the quiet community of Springbank in Portland. The deceased has been identified as Meshach Hill, also called Toto, a 26-year-old construction worker of Springbank Road in the parish. The police say Hill and the teenager were at a shop at Springbank Road when a dispute developed between them about 8:15 p.m. It is alleged that the 15-year-old then used a knife to stab Hill in the chest. Persons who were present reportedly intervened and took the injured man to the Port Antonio Hospital, where he was pronounced dead upon arrival. Kingston man charged for 2021 murder. A 27-year-old Kingston man has been charged with murder and 3 counts of shooting with intent in connection with an incident on April 25, 2021 that resulted in 3 people being injured and 1 man losing his life. He is Damian Walker, otherwise known as Shines, labourer of Lincoln Alley, Kingston 13. He is charged with the shooting death of 36-year-old Kemar Bailey, a contractor from the same community, and the injury of 3 other people. Reports from the police are that about 5:10 p.m., Bailey was standing among a group of people when they were pounced upon by armed men traveling in a white motor car. Walker and the 3 other men allegedly alighted from the vehicle and opened gunfire at the group, hitting them multiple times all over their bodies. They then escaped on foot in the area. The injured people were transported to hospital, where Bailey succumbed to his injuries and the others were treated and released. Walker was arrested in St. Thomas after he reported to a station in that parish in relation to a separate matter. He was subsequently charged on Sunday. The police are appealing to anyone with information that can assist in locating Walker's alleged accomplices to contact detectives at 876-948-6443, the police 119 emergency number, Crime Stopper 311, or the nearest police station. MP refuses to give in to demands for $50,000 to not release personal information. Former cabinet member Philip Paulwell is urging Jamaicans to pay keen attention to their cybersecurity after his phone was cloned and his bank accounts hacked by scammers who are demanding $50,000 from him to not make his information public. Paulwell on Sunday confirmed reports that he found out his bank accounts had been hacked and a substantial amount withdrawn after he attempted to make a withdrawal at a local financial institution. He said checks with other financial institutions at which he holds accounts showed that attempts had also been made to hack them. Days later, he was contacted through a number he did not know with a male voice telling him that his phone had been cloned and that they had access to his email, pictures, personal and professional messages. Subsequent to that, I have been receiving threats that these persons now have 20 years of my emails, WhatsApp, and other things on my devices, and that they intend to scandalize me for having sex with underage girls. I can say definitely that I have never had a relationship with anyone who is underage, Paulwell said. He said the caller threatened to make public the information, including correspondence with his clients, unless he deposited the $50,000 to a Nigerian account which was provided. Again, my response is that all my legal work is above board, said Paulwell, who is also an attorney. According to Paulwell, he contacted the local police, while people in the United States who were threatened by the extortionists reported the matter to American law enforcement agencies. My phones have been subject to scrutiny, and I'm determined that these culprits must be brought to book. I am now aware of who some of them are and the links that they might have to local people. We are going to be pursuing those matters, and I intend to ensure that they are fully prosecuted, said Paulwell, who is a member of Parliament for Kingston Eastern and Port Royal and the opposition spokesman on energy. He said that the international investigators traced the account, which was asked to put the money to the United Kingdom, and shut it down with some $600,000 already in it. And they told me that one payment to that account was of $42,000 from an account in Jamaica, added Paulwell. He said he refused to pay and on Sunday received reports from political and personal colleagues that they had been sent an email with images which were on his phone. Paulwell said despite the threats, he has no intention giving in to the demands from the extortionists. Absolutely not. I believe that we need to resist these people. In fact, it is likely that more and more of this is going to happen now that there has been a clampdown on scamming. I believe more and more people are going into hacking as they believe they can use this against people. I believe we need to resist that. And I will resist them especially because I know there's nothing illegal on my devices, declared Paulwell. Westmoreland man mourns death of soulmate killed by police service vehicle. The death of his common-law wife, a day after his neighbor's grave digging, has caused retired groundsman, 66-year-old Kenrick Foster, to sink further into grief. Foster is questioning what his life will be now that his partner of 8 years is dead. He said that his spouse, 41-year-old Anita Swearing, went to do a transaction at the Western Union in Salvamore on Saturday afternoon when upon returning home, she was struck by a police service vehicle that was on a high-speed chase in his community of Belle Isle Road in Grangeville, Westmoreland. Foster's nephew also died in a crash a few months ago in Negril in the parish. I asked her to collect some money from the Western Union, and upon her way back, I get to find out my wife was on the right-hand side of the banking. The vehicle hit the light post, go up in the air, drop on top of my wife and mash her up and kill her off, and leave me to do what? A distraught Foster questioned. Foster said he has not slept since the incident. Last night, whole night I don't shut me eye. Me I pray for daylight, he tearfully said. He is hoping to get some answers from the police regarding the death of his soulmate. Justice, justice, and even forgetting the compensation, it won't help because I've lost a loved one. I could call upon her doing thick and thin, he stated. A community member who identified himself as Xavier is also crying for justice for Swearing. Boy, it is a tragic thing. That lady is silent and don't give any trouble. So if a see she get a death like that, the whole community feel it. It is a very sad thing when we see the crash site. But I'd like to see some justice served for this lady, the resident stressed. Meanwhile, Member of Parliament for Westmoreland Western, Morland Wilson, who visited the grieving family on Sunday afternoon, said that he'll have a word with the Senior Superintendent of Police of the parish regarding a review of their internal operations. Condolences to the family members of Miss Swearing. For Westmoreland in particular, there must be some operational plan developed because we have one of the highest concentrations of motorbikes in the country, Wilson said. The police will definitely have to review the internal operation procedures to see how best they can have a preventable mechanism to prevent any further incidents like these, he stressed. JTA weary as school starts with math and English teachers in short supply. Several schools are set to start the new school term with vacancies in critical areas. This despite Education Minister Favour Williams' assurances to the island that there are enough high-quality teachers left in the system amid the ongoing teacher migration crisis. Williams recently disclosed that 854 teachers have resigned from public schools since the start of the year. For the previous school year, 1,538 teachers resigned. Since 2020, teacher migration has heightened and has become a recurrent problem for the sector, as more teachers accept more lucrative offers overseas to create a better life for themselves and their families. However, Williams, while addressing the nation last night ahead of the start of the new school year, sought to put school administrators' minds at ease. We know that there may be some lingering unease about the number of teachers who have left the system, but I want to assure Jamaicans that there are enough high-quality teachers available to support the teaching and learning process at the highest standards, she said. But newly installed Jamaica Teachers Association President Leighton Johnson said that while there is not necessarily a shortage of senior or high-quality teachers, several schools are scoring to fill critical areas. The situation that currently exists right now is that there are schools that will begin the new school year and are unable to fulfill critical vacancies. These are critical areas such as maths, English, and in some technical disciplines. Those areas are in very short supply as we speak, Johnson revealed. In the meantime, he said the association was awaiting the start of the new school year to assess the full impact of the immigration issue. Weighing in on the issue, Linval Wright, president of the Jamaica Association of Principals of Secondary Schools, said that while there are still high-quality teachers left in the system, more seasoned educators have left the sector. In critical areas such as English and industrial arts, schools will have to work through how best to prepare the students with the experience missing, he said. But at the same time, Wright said the situation may be an opportunity to showcase the abilities of the newer teachers who in some instances will do as good or even a better job than those who have left. Nevertheless, he said, migration will definitely affect the quality as many who left were seasoned and knew the ropes well. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.